This gotta be one of the longest off seasons ever, but let's go ahead and recap exactly what happened.
1 month away. 1 month away. The offseason started getting to me, bro. I'm losing it, bro. I feel like a psychopath without basketball. When I look in the mirror, I see emptiness. Got me watching football and shit. Hashtag day one Texans fan. But like I said, bro, 1 month away. The offseason is finally coming to a close. We've seen some crazy trades, crazy signings. Some teams didn't do shit at all. So, I'm going to tell y'all what I think each offseason move meant for each team. Yes, sir. Did your team ruin your offseason or did they make you proud? There's a lot of mixed feelings out there and a lot of wild moves. So let's take the time, you know what I'm saying?
Personally, my team made me proud, man. Just bring the band back together, man. It feels good to have an off season where you don't have to worry about what your team needs to do to get better and get over the hump. Unlike some of y'all, the conversations has been, can y'all do it again? And I like that conversation right there. I like that so much better than, is Jason Tatum good enough?
And to look over. I had a whole different video, but the cat trade kind of shit up. So here we are with this banger today. Shout out NTG for the beat. Very smooth. Producers, hit me. What are you doing? At YouTube is try on Instagram, man, if you want your beat in a vid. And last video I asked you guys, what's the worst thing you could hear while being approached by a group of young niggas? And yeah, I ain't gonna lie, drop them draws is wild. What type of young niggas y'all be coming across? Hey, yo. Next question down below. Might as well kick it off, bro, with the Atlanta Hawks, who drafted the #1 first pick and traded DeJounte for a bag of chips. This for the Hawks, I guess, means that they stay mid. I don't really know why they did that. Maybe they think this new pairing is generational or something. But like, my whole thing is, if you're gonna trade DeJounte, why the fuck are you looking for Larry Nance back? Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
The Atlanta Hawks confused me because they're definitely not trying to maximize Trae Young's window, but they're also not going all in on the young talent that they got. And that has been my biggest pet peeve, but also the Atlanta Hawks literally have a historic 500 record, and this is why. They've never really been asked enough to get the #1 overall pick. They've never been good enough to win a championship. The Atlanta Hawks, ladies and gentlemen.
You looking for Larry Nance back? Yeah, I didn't understand that one. The Boston Celtics, this fucking super of a team, didn't really do much this offseason. Didn't really have to. Just came off a chip. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to repeat. But they did add Lonnie Walker. How nobody fucking else besides Brad Stevens thought to do that? Mind-boggling to me, bro. That's a steal. The Brooklyn Nets, W offseason, traded McCall for a haul of picks. They're going to be asked this year. Obviously, it's a part of the plan. But after that trade, their future is looking bright. And it was not looking bright before. They did what a lot of trash teams could only hope for. And now they just got a draft right. The Charlotte Hornets, who got Josh Green, and that's pretty much it. The Hornets are more focused on developing the pieces they actually got. You know, trying to convince them to get basketball as their #1 priority, which is never what Charlotte is known for doing. So, you know, we gonna see. The Chicago Bulls. You know, the Bulls actually did something this offseason I did not think they were gonna do. And it is literally exactly that. Something. They did something. Departed ways with DeMar. Departed ways with Caruso. Got back Giddey and a bunch of Randys. And then drafted the Rookie of the Year.
For Chicago, it's just too little too late. Like, all of these moves should have been done like last year, and now you're sitting here and you didn't maximize anything. Yo, pick a lane. I sort of got, life is just so much simpler when everyone's on the same page. But a lot of these teams want to build for the future and win now. A lot of these teams are just way too overconfident on the players that they got. Like, I love what the Knicks are doing. Have they made it to a conference finals in the Jalen Brunson era? No, but they know that they have a championship window right now. They got a superstar in the making, if not just already there in Jalen Brunson. Bro, let's go all in, all or nothing, bruh.
These are like nothing crazy, honestly, but it does at least mean the Bulls front office got the crust out there and actually fucking did something. I still can't believe the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nothing. These niggas did absolutely nothing, as if they have a reason to be doing nothing. They're either delusional, stupid, or trolling. They've had the same team for what, going on 3 years now? Only seen the second round. Yeah, nah, delusional, stupid, or trolling. That's what this means. The Denver Nuggets. Who? I ain't gonna lie, the clouds are starting to get gray in Denver. Last year lost Bruce Brown. This year lost KCP and Reggie Jackson. Added Westbrook. Yeah, nah, Nuggets are on a steady decline, and this offseason really showed it. But you know, they do have the best player in the world. Can't fully count them out yet. But yeah, nah, things are getting darker than how they once were. The Detroit Pistons. Detroit actually had a pretty busy offseason. Added Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, and Tim Hardaway Jr. Bro, why are you laughing, bro? Look, what these offseason moves tell me about the Pistons is that this either will actually be better for them or funnier for the league. The Golden...
You can't get worse, right? You can't get worse. My thing is yes, they did get better as a team, but the East as a whole also got better. So do the improvements really scale the way they're supposed to scale? I think the Monty Williams firing definitely didn't make sense in my head. No way you got all that talent on the team, and no way you got Cade, and there just has to be a year where things start turning good for them.
State Warriors, as everybody knows, lost Clay, lost CP3. After that, they ended up adding Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and Kevin Knox. I've seen people go like, oh, low-key, the Warriors cook it up. And I'm gonna tell y'all like I told y'all last year, bro. The Warriors are ass. These offseason moves are kind of ass. And yeah, this means we're getting another wasted Stephen Curry year. Warrior soul by not landing Laurie. Unfortunately, we'll probably be on the couch in April. The Houston Rockets, they didn't make a whole lot of moves this offseason. Only thing worth noting for real is that they drafted Reed Shepard, and everybody's on dick saying he rookie of the year. But yeah, a few moves, a lot of potential. This means the Rockets are fully invested in what they got. They fully believe in their abilities, and they're ready to make a run at the playoffs. The play-in at the very least.
I think this is the year we find out who really is the core of the Houston Rockets. They got a lot of guys in the mix that are young, that have potential, but at some point, they got to find out who their number 1, number 2, and number 3 is, and that hasn't been identified so far. I think this season we find out who that is. And for me, I flip-flop every single day, but I think that ultimately is going to end up being Sengun, Reed Shepard, and Amen Thompson. I think Jabari's out of there, at least in terms of becoming like their core 3. I don't think Cam Whitmore is it, and I don't think Jalen Green is it either. I think Jalen Green is a guy that would be much more useful somewhere else, which I think the Houston Rockets should ship to in order to build around what their core is going to be moving forward. But I think that's going to be the biggest story with the Rockets.
The Indiana Pacers didn't really do much this offseason. Added James Wiseman, officially signed Siakam. Yeah, whatever, mid. All I'm hearing, it's time to run it back. Mathurin is healthy now. James Wiseman is on the team. It's different. Paul George should have brought his bitch ass back to Indy. Not winning a damn thing in Philly. But it's whatever, bro. We cool off him anyway. Dude had a chance at a free chip and decided to go to the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? You can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. But yeah, pretty uneventful offseason for us. And that is okay. Run it back, put belt to all the ass in the world, and everything will be just fine. Fuck Paul George. The Los Angeles Clippers lost Paul George, lost Westbrook, added KPJ and Nicholas Batum. Yeah, these niggas are cooked. Kawhi might not even play a game. We all know what this means for the Clippers. The inevitable blow up is soon to come. The era of Kawhi is over. The Los Angeles Lakers, who did next to nothing. I could have sworn there was like at least 3 to 5 All-Stars who were all supposed to be Lakers by this point. But the only thing that's changed is JJ Redick is the coach and Bronny is now on the team. I guess they're the saviors. But yeah, this just continues to show us that the Lakers front office is
I heard from a lot of Laker fans that the only problem that they got is the coach. Certain fans that I know, hey, they've always had the talent to go deep in the playoffs. It's just LeBron and AD's health and Darvin Ham's just ass. So, hey, we'll find out this season. I think what we are going to find out this season is that JJ Redick is just not ready yet. I'm not even going to blame JJ Redick, even though he's not going to be good at his job. That's my prediction. I think 2, LeBron and AD's health is a boom or bust thing when it comes to this team. And then 3, Rob Pelinka is the problem. I think that's what we're going to find out this season. But I feel like a lot of logical Laker fans I've already known that that's the case.
It's a reality TV show more than it is a basketball team. And we're probably going to be going on like the 4th year in a row on that. The Memphis Grizzlies didn't do much. D-Rose retired, drafted Zach Edey, whatever bro last name is. We, including the Grizzlies, just want to see him hoop healthy. No real moves need to be done. Unless it's like firing their trainers and finding some better ones. The Dallas Mavericks lost Derrick Jones Jr., lost Tim Hardaway Jr. and Josh Green. Got Klay Thompson and Dinwiddie. Might not been that good of an offseason for the Mavs. Run it back city. Yeah, we'll see what this means for the Mavs. Is Klay going to be a meme? Yay or nay? If he is, obviously this is probably a L. The Miami Heat.
This is going to sound like a crazy term, but I think with the Mavs, there's just a systematic problem when it comes to them being able to get over the hump. And that is the fact that at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, with or without Klay, with or without Derrick Jones Jr., they're a heliocentric offense. And with a heliocentric offense, there are just inherent pros and cons when it comes to that. And me personally, I am not high on that style of play. I think it's a style of play that can get you to the finals. I think it's a style of play that can continuously make you a playoff team. When it comes to winning it all, which is the expectations when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, it's just not it. And the Boston Celtics exposed that last season.
The Miami Heat lost Caleb Martin, added Alec Burks. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. The Heat are out of here. The East is getting better and better, and they're just relying on Jimmy Butler. Never landed any of the stars they talked about. Just lost another good role player for him. If the Heat don't lock in, bro, they're going to be in some treacherous mid-talk. The Milwaukee Bucks, who lost Pat Bev to Israel and Malik Beasley while adding Taurean Prince and Gary Trent. Man, fuck the Bucks off offseason. That was talking to town last year. I'm ready to see an in-shape Dame and healthy Giannis. This is supposed to be a scary duo. So like I said, their offseason moves were last year, bro. They got more important shit to focus on. The Timberwolves. And you know what? F it, we'll do the Knicks at the same time. Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Ah, man. Okay, let's start with the Knicks. These niggas are going all in for that shit. Added McCall and Cat. Lost Randle, Dante, and Ihart. But I mean, shit, sometimes you gotta gamble for the things you want in this world. And clearly they were willing to. I 100% thought the Knicks should try to move Julius Randle. Knicks fans don't like to hear this, bro, but I'm sorry, y'all better without him. So yeah, W offseason for the Knicks to me. For the Timberwolves, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I would have done that. Team spacing is some dog shit. And I'm sorry, I'm not a Randle believer. He's like one of them niggas, you gotta be careful just looking at the stats. That shit cool and all until he shoots some Julius Randle shit. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I guess this means the Timberwolves think Julius Randle is the key to a chip. But after reading like a whole bunch of comments, a whole bunch of Reddit threads, it doesn't look like either fan bases are very happy about this. They're calling it a lose-lose trade. I don't see it that way, I ain't gonna lie, but you know, we gonna see. The New Orleans Pelicans added DeJounte Murray, lost Val, lost Larry Nance. Honestly, I forgot they lost Val. That's kind of an L, right? I mean, the Pelicans are trying to cook up something. It's too bad they couldn't trade Ingram, but I see a lot of people high on the Pelicans anyway this year. So I guess DeJounte means they're competing.
I think a weird trend that I've noticed this offseason is that so many people are focused on roster construction as a whole and filling in these little weaknesses that teams have, that I think we're missing the bigger picture when it comes to how certain teams are just structured. Like, I'm sorry, despite the coach that the Pelicans have, despite all these little moves that they have and like how well-rounded they are, their season ride or dies with Zion's health. It just does. Same thing with the Lakers. We focus so much on the other pieces, how D'Lo is going to perform in the playoffs. At the end of the day, a lot of that still relies on LeBron and AD. And even for a team whose starting five is so well-rounded, you can honestly still argue that that still applies to the New York Knicks. Like, JB has proven that he can be really good in the playoffs, but defensively, when JB is a cornerstone, you can only cover for him so much for a guy that needs to be on the court a lot.
This year. So I guess DeJounte means they're competing. The Oklahoma City Thunder definitely had a top 3 offseason. Caruso for Giddey was such a small but significant ass trade. And then they also signed Isaiah Hartenstein. Fucking dog, Sam Presti, you're a dog. As of right now, the Thunder my finals pick out the West. So yeah, man, these moves mean they're trying to get a chip. The Orlando Magic added KCP. Yes, for the most part, it just means they're running it back. The 76ers definitely had a pretty eventful offseason. No more Tobias, no more Hield, no more Batum. Got Paul George, Drummond, Reggie Jackson, and drafted McCain. That's decent move. This means we got another Philly team. This means we're making it out the second round, right? Yeah. We are going to see the Phoenix Suns. Lost Eric Gordon, added Tyus Jones. I ain't gonna lie, it won't be too long until it starts getting dark in Phoenix. Got swept in the first round and added Tyus Jones. So yeah, that means they will remain mid. The Portland Trailblazers. Lost Malcolm Brogdon, added Devontae Graham. Okay. What does this eventful offseason mean for the Blazers? It means they remain a side character on the NBA TV show. The Sacramento Kings. No more Harrison Barnes, no more Davion Mitchell. And yeah, man, as we all know, they added DeMar. In my personal opinion, I don't think the Kings are like a whole lot better, but at least they're willing to do something. Maybe DeMar's that missing piece. Hopefully this means they make the playoffs.
I think the Kings, alongside honestly like the Pelicans, I'd say out east, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think these are teams that are like, okay, they're good, they're fun to watch, but you're not really a big dog, man. You're cool, but you're not really a championship contender. Are you going into the playoffs wanting to compete for a championship? Are you going to be a tough matchup? Absolutely. But we know who the big dogs are, man. And the Sacramento Kings, Cleveland Cavaliers just ain't that.
That missing piece. Hopefully this means they make the playoffs. The San Antonio Spurs, who added CP3, Harrison Barnes, and drafted Stephon Castle. Also drafted Rob, but traded him. It's pretty obvious what this offseason means for the Spurs. They're gearing up for second-year Wemby. They got him a player who could fucking pass him the ball when he's open. And not just any player, one of the highest IQ players ever. And then adding a vet like Harrison Barnes is good too for him. Good shit from the Spurs this offseason. It's not the Wemby and Jeremy Sohan show anymore. The Utah Jazz. Utah literally just added randoms and let go of randoms. Like THT and Kenny Lofton are gone. And then they added Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills. Just like the Blazers, they're a side character on this TV show. Kep Laurie didn't get any good offers. So maybe next offseason is something more eventful. The Toronto Raptors. Not a whole lot going on Vaughn, lost Gary Trent, lost Jonte Porter, and added Davion Mitchell. Side character. And then lastly, man, we got the Washington Wizards, who low-key had a pretty decent offseason. I ain't gonna lie. No more Tyus Jones, no more Denny. And then added Malcolm Brogdon, Jonas Valanciunas, Sadiq Bey, and drafted Alex Sarr at number 2. Like, that's low-key decent. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe they won't be as ass as they were before. I'm fucking with the move. The Wizards actually doing something good. Washington trying to be taken more serious. Okay. Got a long way to go, but you got to get there somehow. Hey, yeah, man.
I want a Jordan Poole resurgence season, man. I ain't gonna lie. No way he's that bad. I know what I saw in Golden State, man. No way he's that bad. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. With that being said, shout out to Trey for the video. Link to Trey's video will be in the description down below. But with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.